Mosab Hasan Yousef, also known as the son of Hamas, was at the Oxford Union debate, but they didn't release the video, probably because he did a great job. Incidentally, someone from the debate basically recorded it in order to avoid it, eventually, like it ended up happening, that didn't release it. So I wanted to play some of it just to sort of highlight some of the things he was saying here. Very, very important. Check it out.
My name is Mosab Hasan Yousef. For those who don't know me, but I think most of you know who I am.
Order. Please allow the speaker to make a speech in silence. And please show courtesy to the speaker.
I am sentenced by my father to death. He made my blood allowed. Why? Because I reported on suicide bombing attacks that targeted civilians indiscriminately. This is my crime. And guess what? It is not a secret that we discovered. It was my initiative that I revealed myself to the public of what I did, because I am not ashamed of saving human lives. You should be ashamed of taking the fight of terrorism. Also, I am not going to apologize for reporting Hamas and for reporting terrorists. And know that we will fight anyone who takes the side of terrorists. Hamas is a terrorist organization in the UK, in the United States, in the European Union, and it's not up to you to decide. Sit down. Now listen, only Sheikh Hasan Yousef has the authority and the power to pull the trigger. Not you, not him, not her. Only Sheikh Hasan Yousef, he has the courage to point the gun at his oldest son and pull the trigger. Anyone else who tries to do that will be dealt with differently. Now, how many of you sitting here want to teach me a lesson about morality? If you knew about October 7 attacks, any of you, raise your hands. If you had information about Hamas attack on October 7, would you report it to the authorities? If you do, raise your hand.
Police station.
Sit down. Less than 5% in this room raise their hands that they will report a massive terrorist attack that targeted civilians indiscriminately, that includes Arabs, Muslims, Jews, Christians, peaceful farming communities on October 7. Ethnically cleansing 20 Jewish communities because of their ethnicity and because of their religion. What's happening in Gaza is not the same, because you are the one who's taking the side of terrorists, knowing exactly your role. And you
I actually know from people that were actually at the debate that 80%, like he said, not 95%, but about 80% of the people raised their hands that they would have reported October 7th, showing that these people really, really do not care about, the blood of innocents. They just don't. Very, very shocking. That was one of the points that came out of this debate, where like everyone was like, "Wow, that's just shocking." And it was a great idea by Mosab Hasan Yousef, taking an open poll at the Oxford Union.
Now, let's talk about genocide. Israel sent leaflets, millions of text messages, they made phone calls, they gave safe passages to people to evacuate war zone. While Hamas invaded under schools, hospitals, they did not leave any sacred zone for the civilians to evacuate to safety. Then They bootstrap the entire thing. And Israel had to send its foot soldiers to suffer additional casualty on the top of October 7th, while they had the capacity to carpet bomb the entire Gaza Strip. If their intention, you've never been to Gaza, you don't know what you're talking about. So
Order.
after the war,
Order.
And you know it's exactly what Israel does. And to be honest,
Can the speaker
everyone here knows what Israel does during this war.
But I please conclude.
so Israel did, for those who are here to listen, by the way, it's very, very important. I am reminding you at some point in the future, when we look back at this time of confusion and the push of the Palestinian violent indoctrination, they are going to hit it in eventually. But here, let me be a witness of history unto you. Israel did everything within their ability to minimize the civilian casualty in Gaza. While Hamas did everything within their ability to maximize the civilian casualties for political and financial gain, for global sympathy, and they succeeded of fooling so many people. But this is not going to change the reality of the drama, because Hamas does not care for the Arab children. Hamas does not care for the Jewish children. Arabs and Jews, yes, your insults me can challenge or defy my truth.
The craziest thing about this is that they're booing when he says bad things about Hamas. Like, he's saying that the terrorists are terrorists, and they're like, no, they're not terrorists. They're righteous individuals, exposing themselves as Hamas supporters.
Arabs and Jews can get along. I have faith in that. Arabs, we are an ethnic group. We were way before Islam came to the region. We were way before the Palestinians came to the region. And by the way, the Palestinian history started in 1964 with the Decree and the Palestinian flag. This is their heritage. That's all they have. And we are not Palestinians. We are Arabs. This is our language, this is our culture, and we will continue way after the Palestinian thugs who came to hijack our society with their sick indoctrination and victim narrative. The victim narrative. This is not representing who we are. We are resilient, we don't accept to be victims. Israel will be our strategic friend, and we will get along. Kurds, Jews, Arabs,
Amen.
Druze, and the rest of the region.
Amen.
And I hope that the Palestinians will know their place in history, nothing but a false identity. This is who they are, and this is how they are.
So that was the conclusion of the speech. Just to give you an idea of how fierce this debate was, you hear that person saying order, order, the one that was moderating the debate. Well, at the end of the debate, he decided to sort of give his own argument in proposition of the fact that, well, at the end of the debate, this moderator decided to give his own take on the question, this house believes Israel is an apartheid state guilty of genocide. That was the topic of the debate, and he gave his own speech. So the same person who's moderating the debate clearly agrees with the notion that this house believes Israel is an apartheid state and guilty of genocide, which shows that it was not a fair debate at all. But I do think that the pro-Israel speakers at this debate did a great job at trying their best, and applauds to Mosab Hasan Yousef, Natasha Hausdorff, Jonathan Sacerdoti, I think, and I think perhaps one more speaker. I'm not sure. For more, subscribe to this channel. If you want to help us make more of these videos, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/JewishUncensored. That's buymeacoffee.com/JewishUncensored. Thank you, and have a good one.